This is the Vortex Diamondback Tactical, a 6-24 power by 50mm first focal plane rifle scope. On their website, Vortex describes the scope as a tactical wolf in sheep's clothing, and in this video we hope to find out what the heck does that even mean. Let me start with a quick unboxing, and then let's just see the contents of the box. So I'm just going to show you the specs before we move on to the testing, but if you'd like to see the full-length video with a detailed breakdown of this scope's features, you can find a link to that full-length video in this video's description. We're looking at the peak of Mount Davidson, approximately 1,400 yards away through the Diamondback Tactical. It is the lowest power of 6 to get our best overall image through the glass. And the image is very bright, clear, and sharp. In fact, I'm seeing very little, if any, chromatic aberration with my naked eye, maybe just a little bit of purple fringe with the camera here at the edge of the scope image. You can see just that bare hint of it in the shadows of the tree branches and tree trunks as they meet the sky there. And as we increase magnification, we are just increasing all the faults in the glass. So let's take a look at it at halfway, about 12 power now. Still very clear, sharp image with good color balance. And let's bring this up all the way to 24. I've lost a little bit of light, but not too bad. But we can clearly see the trail marker sign at the top of the hill there. That is that white object peeking up above the foliage in the foreground. That is an 8-foot tall pole with about a 3-foot steel sign atop it, which is a good proxy for an IPSC target at this distance. We're at the range looking at our targets at 100 yards at the scope's lowest power of 6. And now would be a good opportunity for me to check out our range of adjustments here. Let's start with our elevation. And that is the top. Let's bring this down. You're seeing a little bit of the eye box there, and that is the bottom. Okay, let's recenter this turret to 0. Now let's check out our windage. And that is the very rightmost. And that is the very leftmost. No dead clicks. All right, let's reset this one to 0 on the turret as well. Now let's bring up our magnification about halfway to 12 power. This is where we usually will be sitting with our scope, around 12 or 16. Now let's bring it all the way up to 24 power. Let's do a box test. Let's start with a full rotation of our elevation turret. Oh, a little past that. All right, and a full rotation on our windage. Now let's bring this dial back to 0 on our elevation turret and back to 0 on our windage. In our paper target on the bottom left, we can make out the reactive sticker target quite clearly, as well as faintly see a pair of 22 caliber holes below that sticker target. And we can see a bit of chromatic aberration around the edges of the white target board against the dark backstop, and we've lost a lot of detail in the backstop, so it's not terribly the brightest glass, but still color balance is good. And in terms of resolution, on our chart on the bottom right, I can make out both horizontal and vertical lines, down to element 4 and 5, and with my naked eye actually even better in group -1, which is surprisingly sharp. Alright, before we get into my final analysis and conclusions, I'd just like to take a moment to recognize this video's sponsor, Aura. Now, a lot of the products I review are really helpful in a worst case scenario, and one of the worst scenarios has to be identity theft. That's why I use Aura. Now, for the cost of a basic VPN, I'm getting more than that. I'm getting credit monitoring, fraud alerts, $1 million in identity theft insurance, plus they've gotten me off of data broker lists. They've been amazingly effective in reducing the amount of junk mail, texts, and robocalls I get. So that's why I want you to get a chance to try them free. Use my link, aura.com/moondog, and get a 14-day free trial. And you're helping to support this channel by using that link. So thanks for doing that. All right, let's get back to the video. So this is my special shortened executive review of the Vortex Diamondback Tactical. I've made it shorter by omitting the detailed breakdown of all the features and the turrets and omitting the nipple twister torture test. But if you'd like to see the full-length version of this video, I'll include a link to that full video in this video's description. Let me know in the comments if you prefer this new shorter format or if you prefer my normal long format videos. And if you've seen the other videos on my channel, you may have even seen a review of the Vortex Diamondback Tactical. And that's because that was one of the first videos I posted when I started this channel 3-4 years ago. And in those intervening years, my testing protocols have improved. I now use standard reference targets in all of my optics reviews, and that's why I thought it was worthwhile to test this scope again. And certainly, in testing this again, I've noticed some things I didn't before, like it has a rather unforgiving eye box and notable chromatic aberration. Despite that, it's still one of Vortex's best scopes, and I think their best entry-level scope by far. And if you're interested in Vortex quality, I would recommend checking this out. And if you're interested in picking up this scope, I have affiliate product links in my full written review at moondogindustries.com. You'll find a link to that article in this video's description. Use the links in that article and you're helping to support this channel. And of course, you can always help by simply hitting the like button, the subscribe button, and notification bell buttons. They don't charge you anything to subscribe to my channel. So I appreciate you doing that and taking the time to watch this video. Moondog, out. Hey, I'd like to know what you thought of this video. Leave me a comment or chat with me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MeWe, Instagram, or Locals. And if you want to see all of my videos, go to moondogindustries.com.